Hey guys, what's up? Mike here. So yesterday was New Comic Book Day. Today's Thursday. It's Thursday night actually. Um, sorry, I'm just distracted by the cell phones. People guess. So yesterday was New Comic Book Day, and I'm gonna be doing a couple reviews. My Batman review still has to be done. Probably gonna be done this week, probably tomorrow night. Depending on what time I get out of classes. Spring break's coming up. I'm gonna have a lot more free time, a lot more stuff. Look forward. I'm actually going to be reviewing Final Fantasy real soon. I actually beat it last week, last Friday. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna be doing a review about the game. Nothing too much about the story. Not gonna really talk about the story that much. Just I see likes, dislikes, things that I felt really weren't necessary, other silly things like that. But in terms of reviews, so I have a Secret Avengers, but I'm gonna wait until the issue comes out this month, which probably is not next week, the week after. I'm gonna do a double review of Secret Avengers. But today I have a couple of things I want to review. I think I might get to review. First of all, we're gonna be Amazing Spider-Man 681. Bam. So the conclusion of this space mission and actually the last issue before the event starts, Ends of the Earth, and I'm really looking forward to the Ends of the Earth. This whole Sinister Six, Spider-Man, Avengers beatdown, especially since it's gonna be contained just to the Spider books. Nothing in the Avengers, no crossovers, no tie-ins, just Spider-Man. Not only that, next month Avengers versus X-Men drops. I'm really excited for that too. Really looking forward to that. So Amazing Spider-Man 681, by the creative team of Dan Slott, Chris Yost, Giuseppe Camuncoli, Klaus Janson, and Frank Diamanda. Um, so the issue starts off where we left off. Johnny Storm, Spidey, and John Jameson, Jonah's son. They're in space. They're on Horizon Labs. Whatchamacallit, space station, and it's been taken over by Octobots by Doc Ock, as you probably can tell. So Johnny sort of gets them out of the precarious situation by flaming on, but he's burning up the oxygen, and it's already limited. The station's um the station's been taken over by Doc Ock and these Octobots. So they're gonna try to find a way to get off the station. They go to Johnny's plane, the Fantastic Four's plane or the Future Foundation's plane, and it gets blown up. So bam, no, no go. Um, Everyone's like, not much we could do. On Earth, at Horizon Labs, Jonah and the people at Horizon Labs are sort of freaking out. They can't really do anything. They're locked out of the system. They can't really get anyone off of it because there's not much travel. And Jonah's freaking getting upset. Jonas always gets upset. So they go to another space. They go to the space shuttle that the crew got there on. You know what? That blows up, and Johnny absorbs all the flame. Um, he wants to burn off the excess heat, but he really can't because of the simple fact that he will burn all the oxygen. So they sort of trying to figure out what to do. And Spidey's wondering, why the Octobots up. Him and Johnny and John don't realize that Doc Ock has taken over the space station. So they're gonna try to figure a way to contact Horizon Labs, and they figure out, Spidey figures out that what they should do. They should suck all the air out of the station, which would cause the crew members to pass out, thereby allowing them to round everyone up and try to figure a way off the station. And the only way to do that is to contact Horizon Labs. Well, look at it. Johnny Storm has a magic phone made by Reed Richards that can call Earth. So he calls Earth. Jonah sort of yells at him, and they talk to him. And he's like, they decide that they're gonna pump all the air out. Um, Back on Earth in the Sinister Six's underwater base, um, they sort of see all the people pass out. And they're trying to figure out what's happening. They see Spider-Man in a spacesuit, like flying to the station, and Doc Ock freaks out. So Spidey and his friends they make it to this space station, the computer to to get um to call Horizon to turn all the air back on after they've tied up all the people. Doc Ock tells them, you know what? Doc Ock says, it's been a while since we last seen each other. He's sick. Um, since our last the the Doc only has a few weeks to live. He's gonna implement his plan, and he decides to send the space station crashing into Earth out of orbit. So decides, Peter's on this mantra ever since back early in last year, or back when Martha Jameson died, that no one dies. So what they decide to do is they tape Peter's spacesuit around his arms, and he uses magnetic webbing to to take out the Octobots to wrap up everyone. He does it, and Johnny's like, why aren't like magnetic webbing? He's like, why didn't you use those in the first place? Peter's like, whoops. So they sucked out the air for no reason, but Peter's like, sometimes you don't, it was in the heat of the moment. He didn't really think about it. So what happens is they move into the deprivation chamber, which is supposed to shield them from, no, is the safest place for them to re-enter orbit. Spidey decides to use his webbing to sort of cover all the people, and Johnny flames on and absorbs all the heat. Um, so they decide to um, so Johnny redirects the heat, and they manage to crash onto Earth safely. Everyone's cheering, happy, and Jonah is, you saved everyone, John, you good job. And John's like, it wasn't me, it was Spidey, and it was the Human Torch. And when they look up, they're, regardless of their fighting and the shenanigans they pulled, they're still friends. They're best friends, and they decide, and then when you look up, Peter's asks, did you purposely steer us to Cancun during spring break? And Johnny's like, it's a great happy ending, and then the issue ends with you see the Sinister Six, and you see that Doc Ock's final master plan, his final plan is finally the preparation is finally done, and ends with ends of the Earth. So I'm actually was really pleased with this issue. There's a lot of science involved, a lot of Spidey. I know he might have forgotten, but at heart, Spider-Man's a scientist, and I've liked how Dan Slott has brought that back into Spider-Man. Has brought that back, just the whole idea of him being a scientist, of him using his smarts to sort of save the day. A lot of Spider-Man runs, most recently, not recently, but it's always just him bouncing around as a spider, punching stuff, webbing stuff, but not really using his smarts to his advantage. Just, he did. Spider-Man is one of the smartest people. No, he's a smart superhero. He's not the smartest, but his intelligence level is extremely high. He did build his web shooters at the age of 15. You know, um, you know he has so much untapped potential when it comes to something like this, and I don't think a lot of writers do it. Tap into that, this smart, and I like how Dan Slott does that. He's a scientist at heart, regardless of him being a superhero. So story-wise, great job. I'm really excited for what Doc Ock and his plan is. I'm really looking forward to the whole ends of the earth. I'm really looking forward to the new spider suit. I'm really getting excited. It looks a little interesting. Maybe that it has a purpose. So story-wise, it's a great, solid story. Great setting up issue. I love these two-part arcs. I really don't like long arcs, to be honest. Some people do it well, some people don't. Um, I feel Dan Slott. He, the longer the arc, I feel the weaker it gets towards the middle, and then the end tries sort of falls limp. So certain people are better suited. Dan Slott did a good job with Spider Island. The middle issues were a little weak. We finished off with I think he had a great ending. But I feel like shorter arcs, two, 3, maybe 4 issue arcs are his forte, which is really exciting. Inslee art, I think, is gonna be 5 or 6 issues, not big. 5 issues, I think, 6 issues, not a big deal, not too long. So I'm really looking forward to it. Art, as I said, I don't really like Giuseppe Camuncoli's art. He does the square jaw thing. It's really reminiscent of Justice League or Bruce Timm's, and Paul Dini's, Batman anime series. Some people do it really well. Some people don't do it really well. I was about to sneeze, so whoa, sorry about that. Oh, but yeah, he does the square jaw thing. I don't really like it. His character, it's just his characters look like he does the square jaw thing, but it just doesn't really work. For me personally, I don't really like it. Not saying that art is terrible. It's actually really really solid artwork. Otherwise, not much else to say about the art. Great. I mean, sometimes art makes or breaks a comic. In this case, it doesn't really hurt it at all. It doesn't do anything for me personally, but it's solid, great, solid artwork. One thing I don't like is the cover. Johnny Storm in his future Foundation pajamas, I think. That's weird. But otherwise, yeah. You know, not a big deal, but it's an interesting arc. Interesting. Great job by Dan Slott and the team. Chris Yost was also a part of this. Um, Not much else to say. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope if you see this, you let me know what you think. A bunch of other stuff coming. I'm gonna be recording in a big session. I'm a little sick. But thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a great weekend and enjoy our books you're reading. And if you're on spring break, have fun. If you're traveling, don't go too crazy, but have a great time. Thanks, guys.